Okay, you've got a new album, Sign of the Dragonhead, coming out on the 12th of January. First of all, where did the title come from?
Yeah, I mean, the new album called Sign of the Dragonhead is actually the connection to King of Kings, because the first song, the title track, is directly starting where the other album ends. As simple as that. And as like our main character, Harald the First from Norway, in the saga, it said that he has like the draken, like the dragon, like the ship, was his feared long ship, and he had only his berserkers on ship as his guys he trusted the most, and only his king guard, let's say. So it was like a special symbol where he was also exploring new territories, and actually also connected to the British Isles in a way, because he had not only friends after the unification of Norway, there were also a lot of enemies, and they were banned out or were fleeing somewhere else. And where did they go? Faroe Islands were formed, and Orkneys and Shetlands and stuff like that. So we spread out. We going to new horizons, and also with the band, we feel like that it's time to go on the road again with a new album.
Yep, and obviously it's the first album since Elina joined the band. For you've toured now with Leaves Eyes for a couple of years. Do you think that was easier for you to have toured and then come record the album, rather than coming straight in and first thing you do is record an album?
Well, it's how to say now, because that's the way I did it now, so I only know how it is now. but
we did the EP, don't forget the
yeah, that's true. I would say that it's always good to play live, to get the vibe of how the band works, what are the elements of the music, and then being familiar with the whole live performance as well. I think it's always good. And it brings something to the studio. I mean, studio is always different anyway, but yes, I believe it must have been a positive thing.
And of course, you've got to make sure that anything you record in the studio, you can play live as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I know there's some bands have recorded albums, and it's just like, how we can do this live.
That's true, but one thing I have to say, like when we were doing the songs, and Elina joined us in the studio and everything, and I work with a lot of artists, also as a music producer I work with other bands and singers and stuff like that. It was really a pleasure to work with Elina. It was great. It was like really clicking. We worked on the vocal lines, whatever. You were sitting there with your piano, and we just said, "Oh, what about this and this?" It was really, really great chemistry in working on the songs and in the music, because it's one thing is like that, playing live shows, like you said. The other thing is really going to the studio and having like this vital chemistry to work on music. And there you could see Elina perfect education with music. And not only in one way, like only classic or only whatever, pop or whatever, like a variety where we could even go much more forward with Leaves Eyes itself. If you have a song like Riders in the Wind, for example, on the album, which is like, wow, how this comes up. Like the label called me up, wow, this song is amazing. How did you do that? Like, wow, it's something new for Lisa in the style of the band, but progression, and it fits so well with the music and all the vocals we did together. And now the good part is, I think that's for Elina probably, if I'm right, perfect situation to play songs from the scratch we did together, and it feels probably like, wow, now we bring this on stage what we did together in the studio.
Yeah, and certainly it's very definitely Leaves Eyes album, but as you say, you're sort of pushing, compared to what you did before, you move forwards, and it sounds fantastic. It really does, yeah.
I believe it's the biggest production we ever did, and song-wise, I I don't know. We gave all the best like always, you know, and we always did. But probably it's like just like wow, you know, coming all together, all experience from us, from Elina, and from the live feel. That was actually really cool when we toured together all these shows. We knew also we were talking the two of us. We could do this and that, and you know, it felt really great. Although these tours we did were quite demanding sometimes.
Yeah, you're not a band that kind of takes things easy. You tour a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to the States, it's always a quite long trip there. You know, it's such a big country, and also Canada. You cannot just go for a couple of shows, and because until you are there, you already spend so much money until it starts. You know, so you have to do big tours, and the distances are so big.
Yeah, it's just a lot of driving between places.
Well, yeah, you can tell. Yeah.
Yes, not the most fun activity sometimes when you're sort of getting towards the end of the tour. I'd imagine you're just exhausted and you just want to be at the next venue, but you've got 8 hours drive.
I think the fun part is actually really when you're on stage having the show, and of course when you meet the people. And I think you met like every night. You went out to the merch and met the people, and you get this energy back. You know, you invest a lot of your own energy. You know, and also, you know, when people having health issues, and it always comes up. If we how many people have we been? 15.
Yeah, on the bus. Yeah.
And then one guy gets ill. It goes round and round and round, and but then it's also like, especially when we toured with her Finnish partners in crime. I wanted to say, like with Battle Beast, it was amazing with those guys. We toured together with Sabaton, amazing band, amazing tour, dream package, I have to say. And then you know, it was like a band of brothers and sisters in the bus. It was really cool. Like the girls. You know, you Nora was great, and with the tour manager Dana was really cool. You know, to have this girl power. I have really to say that girl power on the bus with the guys, and then come on guys, clean up the bus and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Right, yeah. And you've recorded and are ready to release a video for the title track of the album. How long did it take to produce the video or to film it?
Actually, we shot how many? 3 days, but we shot also something in another location for another clip, and but the preparation was like a long time until we brought all those people together to get a location. You know, it's a fantastic location. You know, and we have only like 3-4 minutes or whatever for a song to bring it all together there and to show everything. It's quite hard. We tried our best, and of course Elina had one wish. What was that wish?
No, I wanted to ride a horse,
Right.
and I got a horse, so I was very happy.
Yeah, and of course when you plan the shoot, you've then got to hope that the weather's nice on the day.
Yeah, it wasn't. Not for the other clip. But you know, that's the way it is. You just have to do it.
The third day you will see that on the other clip. We went to another location a little bit away from the Viking village. Well, it was like standing in the rain, and you will see that. We are completely wet. You cannot do anything about it. We were actually lucky that the camera was not destroyed, because the guy with the camera, it was dropping from the camera, the water.
Yeah. And you got some album release shows in the middle of January. I think you got 3 of those. When are you likely to be announcing some more tour dates?
Good question, but I can tell you that the plan is that we go around April, May, and setting up a tour with some bands. That's all what I can tell you right now,
yeah.
because it's all in making, and we We had like some great bands asking if they could join us, so we go by ourselves first. But it could be also that we join another band, so all a little bit open.
Yeah. So once all that gets confirmed, then you can start
Exactly.
announcing things.
That's it. It's all like in the middle. I get like every day I get new information. Now I think when this fantastic video comes out, then there will be another story, with requests, and when the album comes out, and we will sort it out. We will be back, and we will be on the road.
Yeah, I think people are going to enjoy that video. Having watched it, I think it's going to go down very well. Yeah. And on a slightly different subject, it's been 4.5 years since the last Atrocity album.
Yes.
Any plans for a new one?
Absolutely. The new EP will come out in December, Masters of Darkness. And the new album will be out in beginning of July, Occult 2. I was completely flashed by the feedbacks now. Like the EP was getting like high scores all over the place. We didn't expect anything now. It just like a surprise boom. There it is, you have a new EP. Because the label, everybody said, hey, what about we do a 7-inch? I said, what? The last and only 7-inch we ever did was in 1989. Haven't been born then. So I was like, holy Christ, what? And then the label said, come on, let's do an EP. We have such great material. We have to go out with that now and not wait like a half year ahead. So we were up for that plan. We said, okay, let's do it. And now this, right? Boom, a lot of feedbacks, and people were completely amazed. So my idea is now, because there were like 4 albums just taken from the album, that we actually 1 or 2 songs, or probably 2 songs, we will do them slightly different on the album.
Okay, yeah. And obviously, Elina, you've just released an album with your band, Angel Nation.
Yeah. It's been a busy year.
It certainly has,
Yeah.
First of all, why the change from Angel Nation to Angel Nation?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm answering this question like 100 times now, but it's fine. It was basically a hard decision to make, but because the original name means a lot to me. But it was just becoming very clear. People didn't really understand it, they couldn't pronounce it, they couldn't remember it, so it was just frustrating for us, and we thought, like, okay, let's see what we can do, and then we thought to do the simplest thing and just translate it in English, and it works a lot better now.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got a tour, European tour in December for a week.
Yeah, we're doing some days and finally getting to Europe, which will be very nice. People have been asking us for years now, so it's nice.
And that kicks off at the Boston Music Rooms on the 14th of December.
Yes, exactly.
And the question you probably get asked more than anything else, are there any plans for another work album?
You think with Atrocity?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. Yes, I can say there might be a chance that we do that again. But the thing is, at the moment we are like in the occult trilogy written, and we want not to interfere it in a way or something like with other crazy ideas we always have, and we don't have so much time. And now we have some Leaves Eyes tours coming up. We cannot clone ourselves, so but the thing is, it's really, I don't know, all over the years people were sending me a list, please Alex, do this song and that song, and I was like, okay, so many actually other bands now also did some 80s versions, cover versions and stuff like that. But it still seems like people want to hear third part or something like that. So we take it into consideration.
Because obviously that's the sort of music that you're a big fan of, isn't it?
I spoke with Judith about it. We never thought when we did the first one that it will be such a smash hit album or whatever. We thought that's a crazy idea, death metal band. I sing clean vocals. Okay, I did it before with Atrocity, like with my sister calling the rain and stuff. But then these tunes are not that super easy, and to combine all these iconic singers with one guy, that's quite demanding, I can promise. And but it's also great fun. Especially the shows,
Yeah, I've never seen you do them live, so hopefully one day I'll get to do that.
Okay, I understand then your point. That we should do that again. And the live shows are amazing. With the dancers and all this vibe coming through the music, because the cool thing is, like, a lot of people connect memories or nostalgic moments with these songs. And although, like the younger generation, there were no guitars in the originals. We always pick songs where there's like no, or at least no heavy guitars.
Yeah.
And in the younger generation, they find it strange when they listen to the originals. They're like, where are the guitars? And some people will thought that we are the original. And, that's a bad cover version. Well, hey, guys, it's the way around. It's not bad, but it's another. That's what we always have, like the goal, not just to make a cover version, but like an interpretation of the music with our sound.
Yeah.
That was the original idea. I have to say, the first one, we had like 5 songs suddenly in the DJ charts in Germany. And I go to the bakery store or something, and people are like, Mr. Krull. And usually I was like, this guy, death metal band or whatever. And then, I know the work 80, I like it. And we're like, okay, if I'm still a heavy metal rebel, or if I'm turning into a musician like that. But okay, just kidding. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like it.
Right. Okay, that's great. Thank you both very much for your time.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.